Okay, it is Monday, March 13th at 12:21 p.m., a little bit after lunchtime on the East Coast of the United States. Let's get an update on USDC, Bitcoin, and Million Token. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and just getting a disclaimer out of the way. So, right now, USDC coin is at just below $1. I think it was $1 earlier, so it's basically $1. I had no problem converting my USDC this morning to USD or dollars on Coinbase, for 1-to-1. There was an interesting pop-up on Coinbase that said that I can get 5 free USDC transfers a day on Coinbase, which to me sounds kind of desperate. Like, I still think could be something wrong with USDC. I think it's too soon. I think they're trying to plug it up the best they can. But, when I start seeing, exchanges offering deals on something that could be potentially problematic, I kind of get worried about it. So what's going on with Bitcoin? Because, we were down here in this green area, accumulation zone here at around, 16,000, got up above it. And then on the fears of Silvergate and Silicon Valley Bank going down, we came back down below and retested this 21 weekly moving average, which I said would be a great time to, buy the dip there. In fact, I had a lot of limit orders. All the green ones got filled and a few space ones down below that did not get filled. But I did want to make sure I got my limit orders down here, a lot of them, thinking that, this could be the last time Bitcoin reaches those levels before it starts its bull run, because, it goes up 3 years, down 1 year. So we should start being in a bull run this year if history repeats, but who knows if we're going to be in a recession. So we see a Bitcoin pump in price of about 11% right now, 10 to 11%. I think what's happening is people are taking their USDC and just like, I don't want to hold this anymore, I'll just buy Bitcoin. And I think that's the reason for the recent price pump. It could also be maybe some shorts are getting squeezed and we have a short squeeze here. I guess we'll find out soon enough. But considering that the price has jumped up basically when the banks opened on Monday today, I think it's pretty safe to assume people are just buying Bitcoin with their USDC, which has kind of happened when there was some FUD with BUSD, Binance's stablecoin, and people were getting out of BUSD, and we had a Bitcoin price pump then too. The stock market is still looking bearish to me. We're making lower lows here, but who knows if the financial system is plugging holes and the Fed has to reverse course and print money. Well then asset prices go up. That'll be Bitcoin and the stock market and whatnot. So let's take a quick look at Million Token. There's nothing new on the governance proposal there. The top wallet, 150,000 tokens is the pool, which has still got 15% of the supply in the pool, which right now is not giving out any rewards. So I would still recommend, if you have any money in the pool, to get it out. You're not getting any extra rewards, and let's say something happens with the website, you're not going to be able to get your funds out. So just warning there. The price on Gate.io for Million Token is about $1.90. And I think it's like $1.95 basically on Polygon and on Uniswap. So here's Uniswap here. I put in $100 if I was going to buy some Million Token, and it's like the price would be like $1.95. So, it's been around $2 for a long time. We had that one whale that had 20,000 tokens, or 2% of the supply. He had recently dumped, 6,000 or 7,000 tokens, and we're back at the same price we were before he sold his tokens. So I think that's positive news, and I think that's just good news to see. We're not pumping like Bitcoin, but I did convert my USD. I didn't buy any Bitcoin. I mean, the pump's already 11%. Usually when there's a big pump like this, it'll come back down and retest. However, it's still early for Monday, and more people might be buying into Bitcoin as time goes on. So maybe we could have another short squeeze. People might think like, oh, well, we're going to go down. I'll put in a short, but yet if more news comes out bad about USDC, then more people will probably buy Bitcoin is what I'm guessing. And so we could go up, parabolic again. But only time will tell. I don't have a crystal ball, which, something to think about. Million Token is backed by at least, $1 million at the $1 peg. So each million tokens is going to be at least worth 1 USDC. Now, something to think about is, what happens if USDC collapses? Well, then really, you're not going to get a full dollar for your 1 million token if that's the case. So hopefully USDC will keep it together. But you never know in the future if another stable coin will replace the USDC. And if that's the case, hopefully TechLead will have the foresight to come up with a solution. Because right now, I think you can only back it with, USDC on Uniswap. I suppose you could use like Tether or some other stable coin. But, that's another risk to be thinking about now that USDC is kind of like on the chopping block table. We'll know in probably weeks times, like 2 or 3 weeks times, if they've cleared it up. But other banks have issues too. Like they could have made the same mistakes as Silicon Valley Bank buying those mortgage-backed securities, and we just haven't seen those banks get squeezed yet and have bank runs like SVB. So it's just something to think about. That $1 floor for a million token, it's backed by USDC. So as long as USDC is stable, we could say that 1 million token is going to always be worth at least $1. But there's something to think about. I don't think I need to go over any other charts real quick. But just the news of USDC, the Bitcoin pump. What I'm doing. I think right now I'm just sitting on my USD on Coinbase for now. I don't want to put it back in USDC. I moved all the Bitcoin that I had bought here recently into my own wallet. So I don't have any money on the exchanges except for that USDC, which is a pretty good amount. And I still have all these limit orders down here pending if we have a crash or something. That I think these might get filled or probably will get filled if the stock market continues to roll over down like it has in the recessions, which I think might be the only way to cure the inflation in the United States to get down below where we are. If you want to get down below 4%, or Jerome Powell says 2%, I really don't see that happening. But if we have a recession, yeah, we'll probably have recession for inflation at 2%. If we get down to these, levels of down 50% from the all-time high, then 2% and Bitcoin will be probably much cheaper. If we had a 50% drop from the all-time high, we're looking at, back where we had these levels for the stock market back when, the coronavirus hit. And those S&P 500 CME gaps would get filled too. Which, they tend to, gaps tend to get filled probability wise. So if you like this content, give me a like, subscribe, comment down below, and please share. Thanks. Everybody have a great day.